Meredith, this is Kathy.
Hi.
What does tension screw up look like? If your tension was screwed up, what would it look like?
Well, it depends on which tension. Um, the best thing to do to diagnose which tension it is to make your threads not match. So start with putting contrasting colors in the top and the bottom.
Right.
Run scrap fabric through it and see where you see the problem. So if it's coming from the royal blue side, then I know that it's going to be my upper tension. If it's coming from, in this case, the red side, then I know that it's coming from my bobbin. So that's the first place to start. And in most of your tension issues are not going to come from your bobbin. They're going to come from your upper thread. Something is hung up somewhere. Sometimes this little button here, which is to have it come back for spinning up your bobbin,
Right.
sometimes I'll have a rogue loop of thread go around that, and it's actually yanking and yanking and yanking until all of a sudden the thread breaks, and I'm like, what the heck happened? And you look through and you realize that something just got tangled. So generally your tension issues are going to be from your top thread, not your bobbin. And they're going to be, you just need to rethread it.
Mm-hmm.
So Meredith, I had a question that when Kathy was asking about how you know if you had a tension problem, you said you'd look, have contrasting thread colors and look for the problem. Would it just look like that particular color of thread was loose in the stitches?
It depends. So in the case of mine tangling on something, what it's going to look like is my top thread is going to be so ridiculously tight because it's tangled on something and it can't drag down through freely. So what it'll look like, you'll actually see those stitches digging into the fiber because they're so tight that they're being yanked by the bobbin thread down through. So that tells you that something's too tight. What is it? Back up, rethread it, double check that this tension here is set at about a Midland number if you have numbers. This one doesn't, so I just max it out and then dial it back halfway. If it were too loose, your stitches are just going to have a bulge to them. Why do they have a bulge? What came out? What's too loose? Is it the tension knob? But one of the things that, it harkens back to science class is when you have a problem, don't change 6 things. Because if you've changed 6 things, you don't know which thing fixed it. So I encourage you to change one thing at a time. Did it make it better or worse? It made it worse. Okay, dial it back. Now let's try the opposite. So don't change too many things at the same time so that you can kind of sort. After a while, it becomes second nature, but not initially.